Guys, Timothy Hayes here with the Northeast Georgia Weather Center, coming to you live from downtown Commerce. And I don't know about you, but does it seem like we're living in Groundhog Day, the movie? That's right, because we're got what's looking like to be a double whammy. I really got some deja vu, and so do a whole lot of people. After hurricane, listen at me. After Fern came through last weekend, bringing a lot of ice and sleet to the region, slowing things down, just a really nasty weekend. Now we're facing the potential for more snow, actual snow, no ice this weekend. And we're very excited about the prospect. So in order for me to show you the totals and what we are going to expect as of right now with the models, let's hop into the Weather Center and take a look at things from there. Alright, and through the magic of video editing, we are now back here in the Northeast Georgia Weather Center. Now, we're going to talk about potential snowfall totals that we can expect to see here across Northeast Georgia. Now, I'm fairly confident that we are going to see some snow across Northeast Georgia, with the extreme eastern counties of Northeast Georgia seeing the highest snowfall totals. So if you are along 441 from down towards Augusta all the way up through Toccoa, that's including the city of Commerce, the Homer area in Banks County, you guys are going to see about 3 inches. Even, as we move east of 441, you're going to start seeing higher totals. And we could see 4 inches locally in some places. So it's not out of the, realm of possibility for places like Toccoa, Commerce, Banks Crossing to see, 4 inches, maybe, more. It just depends on how heavy those bands are when they come through. And of course, the further you push east from 441, you're going to see those totals lessen. Now, these are just totals from right now. This is what the models are saying, today. These are going to change as we look at all the new models tomorrow. I don't think they're going to change by much, but we will see a change. But I'm still fairly confident that those of us here in Jackson County, Madison County, Banks County, even parts of Clark County, up through Toccoa, right there in that little envelope along 441, are still going to see some of the highest totals here in Georgia. So we're going to get things flipped around here, and I'm going to show you the graphic here that breaks down who's going to see what as of right now. Now, you got to take these with a grain of salt, because like I said, weather is fluid, the forecast is fluid, and, things change. So weather is very dynamic. But this is the possibility. This is our best guess right now. And I wanted to address something. A lot of people, when the forecast flops, and people like to say, well, they got it wrong, so why should we listen to them? There's a lot of data that goes into these forecasts. And as a lot of you know, the National Weather Service has had some budget cuts, and therefore they're not able to do as many balloon launches. And while they're still able to do their job effectively, especially, severe weather and stuff like that, tracking it live and stuff, the less balloons that we are able to launch, that's the less data that we're able to put into the forecast models. And so we're not getting, as big a picture as we could, say, a couple of years ago when the National Weather Service was doing regular balloon launches. So take that into consideration before you start screaming at your forecasters that, we don't listen to them, they get it wrong. Because what we're doing, we're giving you the best picture of what the weather's going to do with the data that we have available. You understand what I'm saying? So let's flip this around here to the monitor. I'm sorry I'm doing it a kind of little different because I'm having issues with our web camera. So just bear with me here. All right, here we go. Here's the monitor. Hopefully everybody can see that pretty good. I've got all the interstates and stuff up on here so that everybody can have just a general idea of where, things are located. All right, this right here, this is 441. This is the 441 corridor, as I call it. And going from Augusta all the way up towards Hiawassee, and all those good places. So everybody east of this line right here, that's including you folks in Athens, all of Madison County, Commerce, which is right here, Banks Crossing, which is right here, Homer, you guys all the way through here down to Augusta, eastward towards I-26, I believe it is. I don't have my glasses on right now. That's where some of the higher totals are going to get. You folks in the upstate of South Carolina, you're going to see even more snow, even higher totals up in here. Columbia North, all the way up to Charlotte, North Carolina, we're looking at the potential for, 5-6 inches there if this pans out. So, here's 441, Commerce, that's where we're located. You'll hear me talk about Commerce a lot because that's our hometown. All the way up to, Hall County, White County, we got our forecast office up in Cleveland, Georgia. That's run by my number 2, the very awesome Greg Burdine. And he's a really good guy up there. We're lucky to have him on our team. And then our South Carolina upstate, the Palmetto State Weather Network, is run by the very amazing Bianca Hansen. I think we introduced her to everybody not too long ago. All right, here we go. Moving west from 441. You guys that are in this little area here, the west part of Athens, all the way down north of Eatonton, I-20, all the way up to 85, and then all the way up here. If you're in this shaded area, and this includes most of Hall County, big parts of White County, all the way down through Clark County. You guys could see the potential between 2 to 3 inches within this area. 2 to 3 inches could be a little more, could be a little less, depending on what the models are looking like tomorrow. And then as you push even more west, between Chattanooga, Jasper, Atlanta, big part of the Atlanta metro, the I-20, I-85 corridor right here, all the way down to Eatonton, down just east of Macon and stuff. You guys could see anywhere from a ½ inch to 2 inches possible. And like I said, just like everywhere else, is give or take a little bit. And then everybody on the east side of Athens, Rome, Dalton, everybody up through there, all the way down through Macon and stuff, you guys could see anywhere from a dusting to a ½ inch. Like I said, take these totals with a grain of salt. This is just what the forecast models are telling us right now. This is this is called the 50th percentile snow accumulations, and this runs from 129 all the way to the 1st of February. And this is what we're most likely to see between that time period, from when the snow starts until the snow ends. And like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I still believe that our totals are going to be the highest, especially right here along 441 and then eastward. So folks in Commerce, up in Toccoa, Banks Crossing, Homer, Danielsville, Elberton, you guys need to be prepared for this. The good thing about snow is, and I'm going to get this turned back around. The good thing about snow versus freezing rain and sleet and stuff is, it's two different beasts. Freezing rain brings down power lines, makes travel terrible. It's a lot easier to drive on snowfall than it is ice. It's still dangerous. You're still, especially at nighttime, you're going to get that melted snow from people driving around on it and stuff. It's going to turn into ice at night. But it's a lot easier, than driving on straight up ice. So if you got 4-wheel drive, you do better on snow, ice. It doesn't matter what you got. You could have tires with spikes in it. I'm being a little facetious there, but yeah. So we're not looking at widespread power outages with this. Yeah, depending on how much snow falls on some trees that might have been weakened by the ice and stuff, we could see some branches fall down. But overall, with snowfall, especially when you're looking at 3 to 4 inches, it's not really that big deal. And power lines handle it pretty well. When power lines start to droop from a lot of snow, they kind of bounce and snap. And you've ever seen a power line throwing snow off itself? It's pretty cool to see. I don't know I'm sure there's a term for it, but don't ask don't ask me what. The other big news is, besides this winter storm watch, we are under a extreme cold watch, and we'll see those turn into warnings as we get into Saturday for sure. We're talking temperatures down in the teens, -10 wind chills up in the higher elevations, Hiwassee, Young Harris and stuff. You could see temperatures -10 degrees as far as the wind chills are concerned. Everybody else down here in, Jackson County, Madison County, Banks County, Stevens County, Franklin County, Hall County, Cleveland, Dahlonega, Lunkin, we could see temperatures in the teens with single-digit wind chills. So be sure that you bring your pets in. This is not even like when we had the ice storm when we suggested you bring your pets in. These single-digit wind chills are dangerous, and it doesn't matter if your dog is out there and has shavings in their doghouse. They're going to be hard-pressed to stay warm, and these temperatures can kill animals really fast, especially if they don't have proper shelter. Once temperatures drop in the single digits and temperatures in the teens, it doesn't matter how much shelter your dog has outside. Unless they're in a climate-controlled doghouse, they need to be inside. And if you see neighbors' animals out in this cold, notify law enforcement, because, we have to be the voice of those animals who have shitty owners, pardon my French. And we've got one right up the road here on Scott Street. Their dog has a blanket that's thinner than my underwear, and that's it. Their doghouse is made of recycled plywood with a ginormous opening on it, and the poor dog was laid out on this little 4x4 blanket that, like I said, is thinner than tissue paper. So we're contacting animal control about that. So we got to be those animals' voice. Make a lot of noise. If your local animal control is not doing anything, shame them on social media. We're big animal lovers here at the Northeast Georgia Weather Center throughout the entire Hayes Media Weather Network. So we preach. That's why we started the extreme cold, extreme heat pet alert system. Speaking of which, we are issuing a extreme cold pet alert for the entire Northeast Georgia and upstate South Carolina region that went into effect tonight at 8:30 p.m. and will go into effect until 1:30 p.m. on Sunday. So let's make sure we're bringing those pets in, even if it's just in the garage with a little blanket. That is better than being outside in these frigid temperatures. So we're going to continue to monitor the models and stuff from here. As things start to finalize throughout the day on tomorrow, we'll give you a final forecast, and we'll have a better idea by tomorrow afternoon exactly who's going to see what, who's going to see it where, how much. So those are the questions that we will be able to answer in detail. You don't need to run out and grab milk, bread, and stuff like that, but even though it does feel like deja vu, this is just going to be snow. It's going to be out of here before you know it. It's going to be melted and gone. We're looking forward to it. Pat makes some great snow cream, so we'll be posting a good snow cream recipe. We want to see yours if you've got it. So, but we also want you to share your winter photos with us. You can share them by sending them to us through direct message through my page or through the Northeast Georgia Weather Center Messenger. And if you're not a member of the friends and fans of the Northeast Georgia Weather Center, it's our private group, go ahead and go over there and join that group. That's where weather nerds like me hang out. We like to talk about the weather, share our videos, share our pictures, tell our weather stories, and we share a lot of good content over there that we don't really share on our other pages. So, but it is monitored. There's no jerks in there, no politics, no religion, nothing like that. It's just strictly weather nerds. So if you haven't joined, head over to facebook.com/friends and fans of the Northeast Georgia Weather Center. And be sure, guys, to like and share our pages. Share my personal page. Share our Northeast Georgia Weather Center page with everybody. Invite your friends to like it. We're not in it for fame and fortune. We're in it to save lives, especially during severe weather season. So we're partnered with the National Weather Service to bring you all the content and important warnings that you need to help get it spread to as many people as possible. We are a Weather Ready Nation ambassador, and we're dedicated to getting you the information you need to make informed decisions as far as weather goes. So I'm Tim Hayes. That's going to do it for me for tonight. I'll be back here tomorrow with another update video, and we'll keep you informed, keep you ready. Thank you for choosing the Northeast Georgia Weather Center to keep you informed, or excuse me, keep you safe, informed, and ahead of the storm. For the Northeast Georgia Weather Center, reporting from the Northeast Georgia Weather Center Weather Desk, I'm Tim Hayes. Have a good night, everybody.